Pulse. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. All right, warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side, bring our heels to our glutes. Good, all right. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded, here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up, across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just widen shoulder width. Go down, touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance, long, deep, pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe, getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center, come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subirachi. Free. Yoi. Seiza. Dojo-kun. 一つ人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ礼儀を重んずること。一つ景気の湯を戒めること。Ready? That's it. よい。すばらしい。Ready? よい。So today's class is an intermediate class. This is intermediate class number 10. And what I'd like to do today is actually work through and pull some bunkai out of each kata. So we're going to go through all of our kata, and I'm going to pull some sort of bunkai from that kata. So what I'd like to do is perform the kata, and then we're going to pull something from the kata, explain how it would be used in a kumite or a self-defense situation, and then we're going to move on to the next kata, and so on and so forth. At the end of class, we might work a couple of line drills just to get, again, heart rates up, get a good fitness workout through this class. So that's what I'd like to do today. All right, so that said, let's go ahead and start with hand shodan. I know this is an intermediate class, so you should know all of these kata as we go all the way through them. Again, as I finish the kata, or as you finish the kata, we're going to go through and talk about some sort of bunkai strategy that we can pull from it. All right, all right, so let's go ahead and begin. Get into your position that you like. And all of these kata will be performed at your own speed and pace, my own speed and pace. So at the end of the kata, I'll step back to center. I'll give you a few seconds to finish, and then we'll move on to the next portion of the class. All right? So you're not waiting on me. We're going to start here. We'll go through protocol together. Ready? Musubarachi. Ready? Yoi. Hyan shodan. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. And yame? Good. Okay, so what are we going to pull from this particular kata? Well, I don't want to pull the obvious, okay? I think everyone kind of knows, because we've said it so many times, is that when you turn for your gedan, someone grabs your wrist and you turn, twist, pull, and hammer fist, all right? So I'm not going to go that route. I'm not going to go that simple with everything. All of the bunkai that I want to pull out of these kata today are going to start with a defensive move. All right, so it's going to start with an uke of some sort. It's going to start with a block of some sort. That said, let me just show you something and then have you kind of interpret what I'm doing here. This is the first move in hand shodan. This is the first move in hand nidan. Hand sandan. Hand yandan. Hand godan. I'll skip teki, let's do basi. Basara. Just looking at those, I'm not going to go through all of them, but just looking at those kata, the beginning move of every one of those kata, what am I doing? Every one of those techniques is a block. So every kata in Shodan Karate begins with a block, which means, again, Shotokan Karate is a defensive style of martial arts, okay? You're not on the attack all the time. This is not one of those, it's not ninjutsu where we're trying to constantly attack and defeat. This is a defensive style of martial art. So all of your moves will typically start with something that is defensive, some sort of block or uke. All right, so that's how I like to pull some of these strategies out. All right, is starting with a block. So for hand shodan, instead of doing that typical, again, gate-on, wrist grab, pull, hammer fist, what I'm going to do is something a little bit more advanced. Now this is, again, an intermediate class, so this is probably going to be, I would say, orange, green belt type class today. So at the end, so we've done this portion of hand shodan, and you're moving in this direction with 3 ageuke blocks. All right. The third ageuke is a right ageuke block, and then you turn to a gate-on. All right. You make that 270-degree turn, a rotation from 12 o'clock here to 3 o'clock position here. Okay. That is where we're going to start our concentration. Okay. Someone is making or moving towards you. All right. Let's say we're here in Shizentai. So you could turn this into a kumite if you'd like, but you're standing in Shizentai, and someone moves forward with this oizuki punch. You step back, block. They do it again. You step back, block. This time you're going to move in, grabbing their arm. All right. So they've just punched. You just blocked it or deflected it. Now you're going to move in and throw them over this back leg. All right, it's really your front leg when you start, right? It's here, and now you're grabbing, twisting, spin, and throw. And you can end with a strike down, and then up and move away. Okay, again, just preparing yourself for whatever may come next if they decide to stand up. But that's the bunkai that we're going to pull out of hand shodan. Okay, so I'd like to start this from Shizentai. We're going to do 2 ageukes backing up. All right, again, being defensive. So we're going to back up 2 ageukes, and you can start on either side. Okay, and you're going to do that turn. Okay, so the first left, right, and now you're stepping in, turn and pull to the ground, strike down, and then up and away. Okay? So see how that works for you. Again, you know the move, right? Because you know ageuke, turn, and block. All right? But instead of doing that turn and block, you're turning that into a throw. All right? Ageuke is blocked, grabbing your opponent, spin and turn, strike down, and exit. Okay? So that's the bunkai that we're pulling out of hand shodan. Again, it's not one that people typically look at or people typically think about whenever you're doing hand shodan. And that's what I'm going to try to do today with some of these bunkai, is something that you're not typically thinking about whenever you're doing these kata, so that you don't always kind of know, well, you know, hand shodan, well, that's simple. All he's doing is gate on, and then you pull away, and then you strike down. That's obvious. This is not so obvious, right? This is what the interpretations of kata can easily be. When you're pulling bunkai out of kata, you have to interpret kind of what's happening potentially. Why are you doing that spin move like that? Okay? Yes, it could be the block is here and someone's coming in with that kick, so you're turning and the power is there because of the turn to help you block. But also, it is very simple. With one person, there's the block, and now you're grabbing them and turning them and twisting across your body and across that leg. Okay? So it's kind of a hip leg throw to the ground, and you're used to doing that 270-degree spin. So that's what you're doing again. Okay? So let's practice that a few times. All right, so with me in Shizentai, we're going to count this out. Okay, Ichi will be your first block, Ni will be your second block, San will be your spin, Yan will be your down strike to finish. Okay, from Shizentai, ready? Ichi, Ni, San, Yan, Ai. And back up. Very good. All right, let's do it again. I don't want to switch sides just because this is familiar, right? You're doing that 270-degree turn from the left to the right. So I don't want to spoil that as part of the Bunkai specifically, as part of as pulling directly from the Kata. So let's just keep it on this turn. If you want to practice the other side, that's fine. But for this class, I just want to stick with the original moves from the Kata. Okay? So again, let's go by the numbers one more time. Ready? Ichi, Ni, San, Yan, Ai. And retreat. Very good. Okay? So again, as the attacker, I'm here. I'm stepping back. When you're ready, punch, deflection. Punch, deflection, grabbed, pulled, flipped onto my back, and the strike comes down from the top. Okay? That's what it should look like for the attacker. So if you're able to work with someone, outstanding. It's a great opportunity to have someone come in and work with you as a partner to say, does this really work? Is this something that's really viable? Okay? Because it is. And you can figure it out when you work with a partner to say, this, after that block, this is where I need to grab, this is where I need to grab, this is where I need to pull in order to direct that turn in order to make that throw happen. Okay? They're off balance anyway, right? They punched, it's off, punched again, it's off. Now they're kind of on their toes. You grab them and easily flip and pull them across that leg. Okay? Doesn't have to be pretty. Right? This is self-defense, so if they go straight forward head first and just crash into the ground over here, that's fine. If you can keep a hold of them and turn them into here and then strike down, that's better, but either way works. All right, so let's do this again, this time at your own speed and pace. We'll do this twice. So on my count, or on my call, Hajime, do the entire technique. Block, block, spin throw, down strike. Ready? And Hajime. Okay? Good. One more time. Ready? And Hajime. Very good. Os. Ame. All right. So that is the strategy of the Bunkai that I pulled out of Heian Shodan for you. So again, something that you want to practice, do it multiple times, get the feel for how that looks, get the feel for how that actually works with your body mechanics. Again, maybe when you're thinking about doing the kata now, you kind of think about that. When you do that spin move, the power that actually goes into that spin. Okay, instead of, you know, we do have some students that would just do this, turn, and kind of chop that block. Okay, this kind of gives you a reason to really understand here, and then that turn. Make that turn powerful. Make that turn with your hips. Okay, throw that leg back and make that turn quick. Okay, that's where the power is coming from. Again, that hip drive is grabbing someone, pulling, and throwing them across that leg. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do Heian Nidan. All right, and so again, your own speed and pace, and then we'll pull some Bunkai from there. Okay. Subirachi. All right. Yoi. Make sure you have room. Heian Nidan. At your own speed and pace. Hajime. Yame. Oh, very good. All right, so there's Han Nidan. All right, so what I like to pull out of this one, and the only reason I'm pulling this is, in my opinion, it's obvious, but in a lot of students, they always ask, what do you use this bow block for? How's that a thing? Okay, so the bow block is the beginning, right, where you step into your back stance, strike, strike, and then you turn to the other side. All right, we've established that whenever I did every single one of the beginning moves of Kata. Okay, so what is actually happening? Let me turn just slightly angled a little bit here. So from here, someone is coming from this direction. Okay, your attacker is moving in with an oizuki punch. You're here, you see the punch coming. The block is here, where you can now grab this person, because typically you're doing this. There's a strike, a hammer fist, and then another hammer fist. Right? You're doing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Instead, number one, you're still staying back. Right? I'm not moving towards the punch. I'm back. Blocked it. 1. My 2 is pulling the arm. 3 is it's pulling the arm to me. Okay, so I'm pulling them in. 3 is striking them. Okay, in the face, typically somewhere in there. What does that look like as the attacker? All right, I'm moving in for a punch. It gets blocked. My arm is now being grabbed by that underhand, this, and pulled, which opens me up directly here for that other hammer fist to come in and strike. Side of the face, ear, the side of the neck here. That's what you're opening up your opponent to. Okay, so how are we going to do this one? So this one, we're going to do this as 2 bow blocks. Okay, so you're standing here in Shizentai. You can start either direction. 1, 2, grab the arm, pull them in, strike. Okay. Again, you can start here. 1, 2, grab the arm, pull, strike. All right. So this is a good one to work left and right, and I say both instead of with Heian Shodan. Remember, I only did the 1 turn in the 1 direction. Well, for this, you do the bow block in 2 directions. You start here, and then you go here. So you should be able to do this one easily with in both directions. So when we start here in Shizentai, and someone's coming in with that block, with that punch, 1, 2, grab their arm, pull, and there's your strike. And when I say grab your arm, their gi, their sleeve, something like that, a piece of their clothing that's going to pull them in so that you can execute that strike on their way in as they're coming into you, right? So you're using their momentum along with your momentum to make that strike even harder, even more powerful, right? You could potentially even pull them into the punch, right? So it could be this, as you're pulling them in and then strike. It doesn't necessarily have to come from the outside like this, but it can, because that's the actual technique. That's the actual Kihon from the Kata. All right, so let's try this a couple times by the numbers. So again, start left to right, change it up. Okay, I'm going to change it up. So again, you start from whatever way you want to start. If you have an attacker, again, if you're working with a partner, great. You can have them start with either punch. Oizuki punch coming straight to you. So they're doing 2. As the attacker, I'm going to step back. When you're ready, 1, 2. All right, on the 2, this arm gets pulled in, and the strike comes from here or straight in. Okay? It's just 2 Oizuki punches. So again, it's very effective for someone who's moving their attack to you for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're stepping off and back a little bit with your back stance, and then doing it again, stepping off and back with your back stance, but you're throwing your arms up for that block. Then you're grabbing that arm and making that strike. Okay, so it's a really good defense technique because again, you're stepping off, you're moving back away from it, right? So the reach isn't as in their advantage, okay? So if you're a smaller or shorter person and you see that long arm, that tall person coming to you with the punch, that back stance helps. Okay, so just think about that as you move back with these. All right, so let's try that a couple times. Ready? In Shizentai, on my count, Ichi, your first bow block, Ni, your second bow block, San, grab and strike. Ready? Ichi, Ni, San. All right, let's try it again. Other side. Ready? Ichi, Ni, San, ai. And when I say other side, maybe you can actually do the other side. I didn't. So this time I will do the other side. Okay? Ready? Again, by the numbers. And Ichi, Ni, San. All right, I'm going to do this from the side just so you can see a little bit different angle. All right, so I'm going to start facing this direction, and then I'll go again and I'll face the other direction. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi, Ni, San. Other side. Ready? I'm trying to do this so that my second bow block is open, so you can see here, see the grab and the strike. Okay? Ready? Ichi, Ni, San, ai. Okay. So again, that's a very simple technique, but it's from the beginning. It's something that a lot of people always ask about. Wow, what is this? It's not a real thing. How do you incorporate that into a self-defense or a bunkai situation? That's how. All right. So I'm going to pull another from Heian Nidan, because I'm not going to pull anything from Heian Sandan. To me, Heian Sandan, too much of it is bunkai, right? It's very simple when you're here and you're just doing your kick, that deflection, and a strike. A lot of it is what it is, right? Even at the beginning, you're executing this nukete, someone grabs your arm, if you turn, pull, and strike. In my opinion, that entire kata it's bunkai. I mean, from the beginning to the end of that kata, it is literally what you're doing is easy to interpret into a real situation, okay? Let's move it. So again, for Heian Nidan, another set of techniques. All right, another bunkai I'm going to pull from this. So you've completed this section, right? You move to this section. You do 4 shuto ukes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your 4th shuto uke ends you here, and then you turn, do that uchi uke, and then kick, and then you punch, and then you block. But I just want to take that beginning portion, so again, starting with the block, okay? So if someone were directly in front of you, coming in with a kick and then a punch, that's what they're trying to do, okay? We do this all the time, right? It's simple. If you're standing back in Gedan and you want to attack, you're going to do that Maigiri and Noizuki. All right, that's what's happening. That's what we are being attacked with. That is your attacker move. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is step back, Gedan, Uchi, and then we're going to do the same thing back. Kick, but a Gai Kazuki reverse punch. All right, where does that come from? You're thinking to yourself, wait, we don't really do that. But we do. Shuto uke, and instead of coming straight across and then the block, shuto uke, block, uchi uke, and then the kick and then the punch. All right, so that is exactly where I'm pulling that portion of the kata. You're doing shuto, shuto, and this could easily be block, block. All right, we kind of do it as you come across and then the block, right? But again, it could easily be block, block. Again, if someone is coming straight to me, trying to make that attack happen, I've done the shuto here. As I'm turning, there's the kick, and then this punch, okay? The block it's very simple. You've turned, block, here comes that punch. You've moved it out of the way. And when I say you moved it out of the way, you're not blocking it from the inside out. You're blocking it from the outside to the outside. It's coming all the way across your body. The block is here. That punch is coming on this side. You're moving it there to the offset, and then kicking, and then punching to their blind side. All right, and hopefully you understand what I mean by their blind side, their unprotected side. So again, if I'm throwing this kick and then this punch, it's blocked off over here. That uchi-uke moves from this to this. It's blocked off over here, opening all this. My kick comes to here, which throws their body and their head this way, and then the punch comes there. Okay? Hopefully you can picture that in your mind, understand exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying there. So let's practice this. You can practice this in a couple of ways. If you want to start offset here, and someone's coming from this direction, Geidan, Uchi. Yeah, so again, Geidan, Uchi, kick, punch. All right, because again, that's exactly what it would be here. If you want to start straight off in front, Geidan, Uchi, kick, punch. All right, so it's up to you how you want to start this. I'm going to start this straight on because it's easier when you're working with a partner. When you're working with an uke, you can turn all of these into a kumite, which is kind of what I'm getting at. So again, for hand shodan with the age-uke and the turn and throw, you can start all of these from here. When you're ready, hike. Your opponent steps back. You stand here at the ready, waiting for their attack. Hike. Oizuki punch comes in. Age-uke, grab, turn, throw, punch. Okay, same thing again. You yell hi, your opponent steps back. You yell hi again when you're ready. They step forward with the two oizuki punches. 1, 2, grab, pull, strike. And now we're on the third one. All right, again, instead of from hand sandan, I'm pulling from nidan again. But here, you're ready. Hi, they step back. Hi, again, they move forward with that kick, punch. Hi, kick, punch. So what are you doing? Block, block, and then the return attack or the counter. Ni, san and shi. Sorry, so it's san and shi, san yang. So that's what we're doing here. All of these should be able to easily be turned into a kumite situation where if you're working with a partner, you can stand at the ready with each other and you can take turns. All right, I'm going to attack. You go through with the attack. Now I'm going to defend. You go through with the defense. You move on to the next one. Okay, and that's what I'm working through with you now. All right, so again, let's go ahead and do this one together. From Shizentai, you would yell, hi. When you're ready, your opponent steps back. When you say hi again, they're going to move forward with that maigeri oizuki, and you're doing by the numbers. Ready? Geidan, uchi, maigeri, gaikuzuki. And hajime. Ichi, ni, san, yon. You can step back, or you can come back to Shizentai, bow to each other, and that's the end of the kumite. Now, if this were more of a real self-defense situation and you're here, okay, you see the kick punch come, and step back, assess the situation, and you're done. Okay? Let's go through it a couple more times. Again, by the numbers this time. Ready? And ichi, ni, san, yon, ei. Okay? I'm going to turn just to give you a couple more angles to look at this. Your uchi-uke, make sure that it does come from and around. It should come up or down and around. Right? Because you've done the block, the punch is coming on this side. You're moving over there to defend it off in that direction. Okay, it's not, typically it's not coming straight to you because you marked this gate on off to that side. The punch now is going to come from this outer side. So you can move this hand, and then this hand, and then the kick, and then the punch. Again, if you have an uke to work with, or a partner, it makes this a lot easier to understand and really get a feel for. Because as you're here, and you step back gate on, slap, block, kick, strike. Okay, and you kind of get a little bit more of a feel for it. Having a real person really makes a difference. Okay, so I'll try to translate that as much as possible as we go through it this time. Ready? Ich, ni, sung, young, ai. Step back, assess, and make your determination. Are you retreating at that point, or is your attacker still attacking? Okay, let's go through it again. I'm going to turn to the side this time. Ready? And hajime. Ich, ni, sung, young, ai. Good. Let's turn to this side. Ready? And hajime. Ich, ni, sung, young, ai. All right. Very good. Speed and power here is going to be a little bit more speed with that first block, moving from Gedan to Uchi, because the kick punch that's coming to you is kick, punch. It's pretty rapid, yes? So the block is here, here. It is fast. So work on your speed here, okay? You see the kick is coming. Block, there's the punch, block, block. Well, it's not really a block, but it's a parry. Block, okay? So again, as it's coming in, block, there's that punch, move, keep it over there for that block, maybe even grab, kick, punch. Be aware of where that person would be, okay? So if I'm kicking and it gets moved off, and then I'm punching and that gets moved off to here, and now it's being grabbed and held in place, the kick, now my head has moved this direction, and then the punch. All right? So be aware of body mechanics and how a person moves throughout this entire thing, right? They're not a robot. It's not a punching bag that just stands still for everything, okay? It is going to move and twist and turn. So from that block, slap that punch, keep that punch over there, grab that arm, kick them, and then punch them. And you see the hip twist that comes with that, right? There's that hip twist that gives that guy Kazuki more power. And why am I punching over there and not here? Because that's where they are, right? I blocked, the kick got blocked over here. The punch there, now their body is turned to here. Grabbed, kicked, and punched. Again, from the attacker's point of view, my kick gets deflected over here. My punch gets deflected over there. My arm is grabbed. Kick opens all this. Head gets twisted and moved in this direction, and then punched and moved off and away. All right? Okay, so hopefully you guys like that one. Hopefully that's a good one that you can practice, especially if you have an uke available. We're kind of running a little bit behind on time. So let's go ahead and move into Hen Yandan. All right, Hen Yandan, let's go ahead and do the kata. Ready? Go through protocol together. Sudachi, ready? Yoi. Hen Yandan. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. and yame. Oh, it's very good. All right, so hand yandan. There's a lot to pull out of hand yandan. There's so much to pull out of hand yandan. But I'm going to pull something that you're typically not looking at, and that is your 3 Maroto ukes. Okay. Again, I'm trying to work all of these from a block, from an attack. Okay, so your opponent's coming in, punch, punch, punch. 3 oizuki attacks that are coming straight to you. Now I know in hand yandan, we're moving towards our opponent. 1, 2, 3, and then the hizageri, or hiza uchi, right? That knee kick or knee strike. All right, and that's what we're going to do here. Okay, but we're moving back. We're turning this into a defensive situation. 3 oizuki punches coming in. 1 block. You see the next one coming in. Slap. 2. Another one coming in. Slap. 3. Now you have your opportunity. Grab. Knee. And then uchi uke. Or shuto uke. All this is staying defensive. Keeping a defensive posture. Maybe it is a strike to the head, so you need them in the face or the head here, and as they're going back, you're just kind of staying open, moving their face, okay? Keeping their body away from you, all right? That's the hizageri, and then the shuto uke. Now I know in the kata we turn for that shuto, but we're not turning here. We are hizageri, shuto. All right, so 3 Maroto ukes moving back. You have your opportunity at that point. Hiza, shuto. All right, let's practice that by the numbers. Ready? From Shizentai. 3 Maroto ukes. Ichi, ni, san, yon, hizageri. That's where you throw your knee. Go, shuto uke. All right, by the numbers, we're gonna go slow. Ready? Ichi. 2, 3, 4, go, ay. Okay, let's do that again. If there's a ki point here, it would be where it is in the kata. It would be on the knee strike. That's where you're looking for the most power. These blocks are just blocks. 1, 2, 3, ay. And then defensive posture. Okay, so that's what I'm kind of looking for here. And you can move your hand. Again, this is not a typical shuto uke. You're not knife handing, so you don't have to hold your hand very knife hand. I'm just kind of floating my hand out there, like stay back. Okay, just that's kind of how I'm floating my hand out there at this point. Okay, your decision if you want to put that good, strong shuto out there, do that. Again, work with a partner here. Your partner is simply doing 3 oizukis. 1, 2, 3 gets grabbed. Hizageri, knee to the stomach, knee to the groin, knee to the face. As they're floating back from that, the shuto comes in to either push them off to the side or just stay in the defensive pattern to make sure that they're not going to continue their attack. All right? Let's go again by the numbers. Ready? And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, ay, go, ay. All right. Very good. All right. This time, not by the numbers. This time, your own speed and pace. Let's go through it on hajime. 3 Maroto ukes, hizageri, shuto uke. Ready? And then I'm going to change directions for you. Ready? And hajime. All right, very good. From the side, other side. I'm going to step forward a little bit. Ready? And hajime. All right, Another thing that is important here is back stance. Right? So whenever you're performing these in the kata, as you move in that direction, you are in a back stance. Try to do that here as well. It's just keeping you further away from your opponent. Okay? If you were to do this Moroto Uke in a front stance, your body is kind of shifted forward a little bit because your weight is shifted forward. But here, it's shifted back a little bit. There is a difference, right? There is a difference between this and this. It's only a couple of inches, but it could make a big difference if someone has a reach advantage over you. All right, so think about that whenever you're in any situation. Think about someone's reach advantage. Do you want back stance for some of your blocks? Potentially, right? Okay, let's go from this side. Ready? And Hajime. All right. Very good. Okay. Gosh, I really wanted to get through Hand Godan, Teki Shodan, and Basadai. I don't think we're going to have enough time to get through all of them. So, let me just think about. Okay, so let's go ahead and do Hand Godan, and then I'll work through that one. Let's just see how much time we have left. We might have time left to do at least one, so either Teki or Basadai, and I'll just think about which one I want to concentrate on. Okay. Okay, so Hand Godan, ready? Your own speed and pace. Let's go through protocol together. Yodachi, Subadachi, pray. Yoi. Hand Godan. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. And Yame, very good. Hand Godan, very good kata. For this one, thinking about the Moroto Uke. All right, so we've gone through the portion, through the entire beginning. Okay, we're here, there, block, block, grabbing the hand, turn, punch. Then you turn this direction, okay? And now you're in this horse stance, this keep it out stance here as you turn your hand out. Kick, elbow strike. Then you do this Age Zuki. A lot of people have a lot of trouble with this Age Zuki. I don't even understand how that's a thing. What does that look like, right? So we're gonna use that. We're gonna turn that into a Moroto Uke and then that Age Zuki. Right, and then, I don't know if I've explained this before, but typically, if there is a jump in a kata, that represents a throw, where you're actually picking someone up and throwing them down. We have that here, right? Because after that Age Zuki, here, we have a jump that turns us into, we land in this cross stance before we turn and do our Moroto Ukes and nuketes and things like that. So, but typically in a kata, and I can think of two in particular, Hand Godan and NP, where you actually have a jump. And again, that jump should represent an actual throw, where you're actually picking up someone, right? That's why you jump, because it's showing a squat and you're lifting your body up. You're jumping, but instead of jumping, you're lifting someone to throw them. Okay, so it uses the same exact muscles. Okay, so in a kata, they represent that with a jump, which is why you jump in Hand Godan. All right, so instead of a jump, we're going to make this a throw. All right, so this would be again from the side. Just like I said with all these, we're starting with Moroto Uke. So someone is coming at you directly. Now in the kata, it would be from the side. Morota uke. That turns into a agizuki. It's fairly self-explanatory, right? Okay, so if you're here in Shizentai and someone comes in with that punch, Morota uke, supported block, from here the punch just happens, right? Because you blocked their hand, now you're just executing the punch. Execute that punch up. What does that look like for your opponent? Blocked, right? The Morota uke gets blocked. They're wide open here. Your hand is about right here from the block. Punch straight up. Okay, punch, grab, throw. Just like we did with your hand Shotokan. Okay, because the part you're starting in this direction, right? Agizuki comes there, then you jump and land here. Okay, so you were facing this direction, and you land facing this direction. What are we doing in this bunkai? Morota uke, punch. We're facing this direction, grab, turn, throw. Okay? Now we've rotated our direction of travel. So that's what we're doing here for this particular bunkai. To pull this one out, again, we're simply here in Shizentai. Your attacker comes forward with the oizuki, ichi, ni, grab, son, yan, ai. Stand up, walk away, retreat, mushin, take in the environment, zanshin, understanding and knowing the environment. Okay? Let's do that a couple times by the numbers. Ichi, ni, son, yan, and retreat. Right? 4 moves from Shizentai. And hajime. Ichi, ni, son, yan, ai. Okay? Alright, hopefully that's very easily understood. Again, for this one, we're not changing direction because in the kata, everything happens with this right hand. Morota uke, agizuki, grab, turn, strike. Everything's happening on the right, okay, with your right hand, which most people are right-handed anyway. Most people, you want this to happen on the right anyway, and that right oizuki punch comes in, it's blocked, the punch, the grab, I'm slung across and around that leg to the ground, and then a punch comes down on top of it. Yes? All right, let's do it a couple more times. I'll go by the numbers, and then we'll go at your own speed and pace, and then we'll change direction, and then I should be able to get to, I do want to do Teki Shodan. Okay, all right, so from here, ready? And if this were Kumite, hai, hai, ichi, ni, son, yan, ai. Good? All right, so this time your own speed and pace. Ready? Hai, hai, ai. Changing directions. Ready? Hai, hai, ai. Very good. Last one, another direction. Ready? Hai, hai, ai. Okay, hopefully that one's easily understood. Again, just as with the others, let's move on to Teki Shodan. All right, so first let's perform the kata. All right, and then I'm going to pull a bunkai out of it first, very quickly, no limited amount of time we have, and then we'll go ahead and close out class. Ready? Protocol together. Surachi, right? Yoi. Teki shoran yoi. Teki shoran. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. And yame, os. Very good. All right, so take your shirt on. I'm going to pull something very quickly out of this one for you. Again, your opponent's coming at you from the front. All right, take your shirt on is always performed laterally. So we're not going to move back. We're going to stand right here where we are. The first punch comes in, oizuki. Blocked. If you want to step out into this horse stance or kibidachi, that's fine. So from shizentai, ichi. What happens in Teki Shotokan? Knee. Right? As you're moving from this side, as you're coming back across the side, you land here, there. Okay, as you're moving in this direction, here, there. Okay, the 1-2 is uchi-uke, it's coming in, block, another punch coming. So, Gaikazuki. Oizuki's blocked. Gaikazuki. Blocked. And now you're coming back in with that back fist to the face. Your opponent doesn't move anywhere from here. Alright, your opponent is here. Oizuki gets blocked by Uchi-uke. Gaikazuki gets blocked. And they're struck directly in the face or the nose with that back fist. You're not moving anywhere. From shizentai, it's here. Ichi, ni. Very simple. It's just 2 moves. 1, 2. And again, with a partner, think about it. Okay, because they're coming in with that punch. That gets blocked. Oizuki. Gaikazuki now comes in, is blocked, and then their face is wide open, their body is wide open for that back fist to the face, the nose, the bridge of the nose, the jaw, right there, the teeth, the mouth. Okay. So if you're here, hai, your opponent steps back, oizuki, then gaikazuki. Hai, block the oizuki, block the gaikazuki, back fist strike to the face. Ichi, ni, ichi and ni are kind of together. Ichi, block, ni, san. Alright? Or if you put them together. Ichi, ni. Okay? It's just a quick tap. You see that you see that punch coming. Get it out of the way. Open it up. You blocked it, right? It's blocked. It's still blocked. It's still blocked. For you to ring in that back fist. Okay, that uraken uchi right there to the nose, the mouth. Alright. Let's try it a couple times by the numbers. Ready? Hai. Hai. Ichi. Ni. Again. Ready? Hey, if you want to do it from the other side, that's fine as well. Ready? Ichi. Ni. Okay, so again, from both sides. Let's do it at your own speed and pace. Ready? Hai! Hai! Okay, and again, speed and pace matter here, right? If you're going by the numbers, 1, 2, it doesn't look as implementable. It doesn't look as plausible. The block and then a quick tap and then that strike. But when you do it fast, when you do it at speed, it looks very plausible. Because the punch is there, blocked, punch, blocked, snapped right back onto that face. Okay? Again, your own speed and pace, I'm going to go to the other side. Ready? Each. I'm so sorry. Your own speed and pace. Ready? Hey. Hey. Good. There's really no need for me to turn to the side with this one because you're not going to see the move. Okay, I'm not going to turn to either side because it's easier. Everything's from the front, so it's easier for you to see from the front. Your stance isn't changing. There's no body mechanic that's rotating or anything like that. We're staying right here. So let's do it 2 more times at your own speed and pace, left and right. Ready? Hey. Hey. Good. Again, right side this time. And hey. Hey. I completely messed that up. So 1, 2. Ready? We're going to do it 2 more times since I messed up. Okay. To the right both times. Ready? Hey. Hey. Again. To the right, your own speed and pace. Hey! Hey! Oops. All right, very good. All right, so class ran a little long today. Perfectly fine, I have no problem with that. Let's get into our center of class. Yoi. Subirach. Right. Yoi. Seiza. Okay, in today's meditation, I want you to take any of those bunkai that we practiced today and just go through it a few times in your mind. Go through it and think about the body mechanics of both you and your opponent. Right? Go through the attack, go through the defense, and mokuso. Mokuso-yume, sen-sen-yuri. Tate. Yoi. Surach, right? Yoi. Os. All right, thank you students for joining me for this class. Pulling bunkai out of your kata. Try to do it with as many kata as we can. If this is something that you like, I can definitely do more of these type of classes for this intermediate level. I can even bounce it up to the advanced level at some point as well. Okay, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next class.